Help video solved by trinomial factor a is equal to 1. So, for starters, you guys have to set the equation equal to 0. That's step number 1. So, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides, and I'm also going to subtract 6 to both sides. The reason being is because then this whole thing would become 0. So x squared, negative 5x, you guys, minus 2x is minus 7x. 12 minus 6 is plus 6. And all of this is equal to 0. So that's setting the equation equal to 0. The next is to factor, you guys. So I'm just going to label this for you. And it's time to do our good old x method, right? So a times c up top and b on the bottom. So a times c is 1 times 6 for 6, and our b value is negative 7. So two things that multiply to 6, but when added together it gives you guys negative 7. That is negative 1 and negative 6. Negative 1 times negative 6, you guys, is a positive 6. Negative 1 plus negative 6 is a positive, or sorry, negative 1 plus negative 6 is negative 7. Now notice, a is equal to 1. So that means these will be part of your guys' factors. So x minus 1 times x minus 6 is equal to 0. Now we're going to use our 0 product rule in order to solve for our x. And our 0 product rule states that this it has to equal to 0 and this must equal to 0. So x minus 1 has to equal to 0, or x minus 6 has to equal to 0. Add 1 to both sides there. X equals 1. Add 6 to here, you guys, and x is equal to 6. So on delta math, you guys, you're gonna type in 1 comma 6. Could type in 6 comma 1, doesn't matter, either or. Alright, step 2. So again, set the equation equal to 0. So I'm going to subtract both sides by 4. X squared minus 81 is equal to 0. Now this is a unique case, you guys, because you guys have to solve for this by factoring. So when you guys factor, a is 1. Now there is no x term, right? Normally you guys would have an x term. So actually I will rewrite this so you guys can see. Since there is no x term, do you guys see how here there was an x term, but for there is not? So since there's no x term, there's really a 0x there, right? And this will help you guys, because then you guys will see a is equal to 1, b is 0, and c is negative 81. So when you guys do your x method, a times c up top, b on the bottom, negative 81, and 0. So two things that multiply to negative 81, but when you guys added them together, it gives you 0. That is 9 and negative 9. And since a is equal to 1, you guys, that means these are going to be part of your guys' factors. X plus 9 times x minus 9 is equal to 0. 0 product rule, so that means both of these factors have to equal to 0. X plus 9 has to equal to 0, or x minus 9 has to equal to 0. Subtract negative 9 from both there, and add 9 both to there. So on delta math, your guys' answer would be negative 9, comma 9.